1 minute late. Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 506. 7. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here, as always, with a suspender set to maximum stun. It is 506, isn't it? It's not 507. Welcome to the program today. We have had quite a busy week, and you know what? I forgot to tell everybody on Twitter that I'm live. Hold on one second. We have had quite a busy week. There have been many live streams. And a lot of Fallout 76 content. There we go. Lots of new stuff all week because there was a new patch. Patch 8, I believe it was called. Or patch 8.1, something like that. Anyway, they released a lot of new content, including a brand new quest, Lying Low, which I streamed live here on the program. And we finally got to see the sheep squatch. So for those of you who missed... Okay, so if you... The frustrating thing about the live stream yesterday, when we went through all of this wonderful new Fallout 76 content, is that I never actually got to see the sheep squatch. Because the sheep squatch was implemented as an event instead of part of the quest line, and the event was on like a 3-hour timer, and I just didn't have time to sit around for 3 hours and wait for it. But I finished my lore video for the weekend early, so I hope you really enjoyed the Fallout 2 video that I published today. We got to go to Vault City, and we got to meet Cassidy, and we stopped before going across the courtyard into the city itself, because it was already a 45-minute long video. So I finished up the story of Vault City in the video that I'm going to be publishing this weekend. Anyway, I completely finished that video early, so I figured I'd dedicate some time to kind of finding this sheep squatch. So I did about a 2.5-hour live stream on Twitch earlier today, and we finally killed the sheep squatch at the very end, and I published that to YouTube just a few moments ago. So if you ever want to see what the sheep squatch was actually like, it's live on the channel. The Dark Seraph says, ambitious mole rats are scarier than the Institute. Well, you would know, and I trust your judgment. Gabe says, I've been coughing up blood all day, so please entertain me. Well, I'll do my best. Sorry to hear that you've been coughing up blood all day. Here, if there's anything to get your mind off of coughing up blood, it's watching me set fire to something. So let's all just do that right now and enjoy the flames. No picnic, coughing up blood. Sorry to hear about that. But speaking of blood, you came to the right show because we're going to be playing Doom in a little bit, in about an hour. Right now is the Q&A session. We'll get to the gameplay in about an hour, and we'll be playing Doom, where we get to kill a lot of demons, a bunch of bloody demons. So, blood, chainsaws, you know, that sort of thing. Error 404 says, have you ever tried Viking blood? It's mead, by the way. I've never tried Viking blood, but I have tried mead, and it's okay. I have to say the mead is not my favorite beverage. It's a bit sweet and a bit viscous, I guess. It's okay, but it's just not my favorite. Jacob says, Ox, I have been waiting for Doom Part 2. Well, you came at the right time. We'll be getting to that in a bit. Josh Bunton says, Ox, thank you for keeping my lunch break entertaining. You are indeed welcome. That's what I do. Glad to help out. Brandon says, I'm throwing up because of nachos. Well, we all have to throw up for some reason, I suppose. Nachos. I wouldn't throw up for nachos. I mean, maybe if they had guacamole and bell peppers and weird things like that on it. But if it was just like sour cream and hot sauce and cheese, I'd be all up for that. Sean says, fun fact, Doom Marine is Blazkowicz. I think that's more like a fan theory, like a headcanon thing than anything else. I don't think the Doom guy is really Blazkowicz. It's a fun thought, but I don't think it's true. You're playing on Ultra Nightmare, right? Says Trevor. No. No, no, no. I'm playing on normal difficulty. I'm not going too weak, but I'm not going crazy. It's the same that I did with Wolfenstein. I played Wolfenstein on normal difficulty. I find normal difficulty to be challenging enough. Publius says, "Hey, Ox, did you have fun killing the sheep squatch? By the way, thanks for the help. Had a blast sheep hunting." I did. I'm really glad we found him. But it was a tricky fight. Everybody said that it was going to be a really tricky fight, and you know I listened, and it was a really tricky fight. The thing that was most tricky about it was like the hundreds of robots that spawned. Like just okay, not hundreds. 25? Maybe 30? That's not an exaggeration. Mr. Gutsy's, Protectron's, iBots all spawning while we're trying to kill the sheep squatch, while we're trying to keep 3 pylons activated to remove his invulnerability. So, yeah, challenging fight. And it went by pretty quickly, though. Nobody seemed to have a problem with it. Hey, Ox, big fan. Love the Fallout video, says Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Good to have you on the program. Air404 says, here's a big tip. You're my all-time favorite YouTuber. How would you feel if Bethesda made you into an NPC in the next Fallout? Well, that's very kind. Thanks for the wonderful tip. I'm happy with the Easter egg they included in the latest patch. I don't think I'd want to be an NPC. Maybe. I guess I'd have to see how the NPC was included, if they wanted voiced lines. I don't know. It's not something I'm itching for, so to speak. But the sheep squatch itself, if you watch the replay that I published, I didn't actually see it alive very much. I saw it a few times, but many of the higher level guys were using their heavy weapons to tank it down, and I worked on a lot of the mobs, honestly, because they just started swarming me, so I had to take care of them. But I did see it in action a bit, and then I got a lot of footage of it dead. So that was the sheep squatch adventure. Irvin says, I bought Fallout 1 and 2 when they first came out, and watching your videos brings back a lot of great memories. Thanks for that. You're welcome. I never got to Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 when they first came out. I was, of course, around back then. But I wasn't playing those kinds of games at the time. Volpine Soul with a tip. Thank you very much, Volpine Soul. Please cover Fallout Tactics, says Hunter Davis. It's something I'm planning on covering. I want to cover it. It's not in the pipeline right now because I'm really preoccupied with Fallout 3, Fallout 2, Fallout 76 from time to time, the Return of Obra Dinn, lots of stuff. But there will be a time when we tackle Fallout Tactics. Probably after I finish Fallout 2. Samuel Bowman says, what animals do you have? I don't have any animals. I haven't had a pet since I was a child. When I was a child, I was really into pets, herpetology, really. I had turtles when I was younger. When I was younger, I went through a lot of reptiles. I had an iguana, some green animals, some frogs, and a lot of turtles. And then I had one dog. But yeah, when I left home, I don't know, I haven't had any pets since then. I had a cat. I had a cat many years ago. And that's about it. Blindside says, howdy, here you a few caps for a cigar. And what do you think if they make the next Fallout in China to help with the lore, says Blindside? Well, that would be fascinating. I would love to see what China was like after the bombs. Shut Tasers with a tip. Thank you very much, Shut Tarzier. Sorry if I butchered that name. The thing with placing Fallout in China is, I mean, it would be really fascinating to see what China was like after the bombs, but you kind of lose the character of the Fallout franchise, because the Fallout franchise is very 1950s American, or what the 1950 American vision of the future would have been if it became a reality. And that vision wasn't in China. So it would be a very not Fallout feeling game. I am the Wolf of the Pack says, can you help me get someone to play Fallout 76 with me? Sorry, I can't. But there are plenty of people playing. So best bet is just log in and find someone who's playing to play with you. Jonathan says, what Easter egg are you speaking of? Happy to see you. Well, I'm happy to see you as well. I covered it on my live stream yesterday. Just head to my channel. You can find my live stream. Yesterday, we did the quest Lying Low, and I time-stamped where the Easter egg was. Bethesda included a short little Easter egg, which I think is to me, in a terminal in the taxidermy shop inside Lewisburg, where they mentioned somebody went and bought an Oxhorn cigar rack. I mean, you don't really need a rack for cigars. You need a pipe rack. You usually use a humidor for cigars, but I didn't quibble, right? It's a shout out. I'll take it. Chris says, Ox, you'd be better as a companion than an NPC. That would be fun. I do voice lines for that. Vellingham says, what happened to your cat, Oxhorn? Old age. These things happen to animals of a certain age. I gave the cat to my mom after I got married, and many years after that, it died of natural causes. Matthew says, what Fallout food seems most delicious to me? Blamco mac and cheese. Error 404 says, want to hear a joke about construction? I'm still working on it. He says, sorry, I had to do a dad joke. Well, you came to the right place for the dad jokes. Matthew says, have you ever thought about covering the Witcher series in the future? I haven't. It's one of those things where I would probably enjoy the Witcher series if I sat down and just played it. But in terms of sitting down and really absorbing the world and doing a lore series and all of that, I'm steering clear of fantasy just because I'm not as interested in fantasy as a genre as I was many years ago. Oh, I'm getting backdraft. My fan is supposed to be sucking this smoke out, and it's not working the way it's supposed to. I have it on the right setting. I don't know what's going on. Dean Thompson says, don't stop moving while playing Doom, no matter what happens, along with always go for the glory kills. I'll do my best. You should check out my program from last week when we played Doom, and I think I did a pretty good job of keeping active and keeping moving, and, I didn't stop to smell the flowers until all the demons were dead. That's a good life lesson. Smell the flowers, but wait for the demons to die first. All right, time to pour some scotch. Brian Sanchez says, howdy, how goes it, Ox? It goes well. I'm looking forward to the program tonight. Nothing like killing a few demons to make everything right with the world. Oop. Nope, not going to put that on wood. Last thing you need on your desk is a bunch of alcohol that'll ruin the finish. Tina says, have you used any hair growth products on your beard? Also, what's your input on green tobacco? If you're smelling it dank. I don't know what green tobacco is. Is that like, are you talking about marijuana? I don't smoke marijuana. I have nothing against it. It's legal in my state, but I don't personally enjoy it. As for no, I don't use any products for my beard. I used to back when I ran a website where I would review products and write guides about beard products, but I haven't used any beard products in a long time. What are we drinking tonight? Asks Josh. I think it's Glenfiddich. I put it in the decanter many weeks ago, and I forgot exactly what it was, but I think it's Glenfiddich. Error 404 says, another tip. Can you recommend a good scotch? Yeah, well, I usually like the peatier scotches. Glenfiddich is really good. Lafroig is really good. Charles says, since you're such a sci-fi fan, any thoughts on the HBS/Paradox's Battletech? I wouldn't describe myself as a huge sci-fi fan. I like sci-fi, but I wouldn't describe myself as being big into it. Case in point, I have no idea what that is, so I can't comment on it. Sounds interesting. Battletech? When I was younger, I really liked Robotech. I read the novels. My friends were really into anime at the time, and I couldn't really get into anime. But the one kind of quasi-anime that I did enjoy was watching the Robotech series, which even then was old. Like I was already watching a series that had aired in the early 90s or late 80s, towards the late 90s when I was getting into it. But yeah, I was into that, and then I enjoy Star Trek. Never really got into Star Wars, and then that's about it. Like I haven't really gotten into a lot of sci-fi. But I do enjoy sci-fi. Jessica says, I'm stuck in Fallout 76. I'm level 19, trying to follow your advice to level up. When I go to install that device for the Raider chick at level 35, level 35 super mutants pop up and kill me. Any advice? And then Justin says, hey, actually, will you be bringing back After Dark? Probably not. I'm already really preoccupied with a lot of live streams. I don't think I could bring back Oxhorn After Dark for even more live streams, though that was a lot of fun. Well, one thing about the way that the enemies appear in the game is oftentimes when a higher level character enters the area that you're in. Say, for example, you enter a dungeon, you're in a dungeon, you're clearing it out, and then suddenly a really high level character enters the same dungeon where you're at. The dungeon wants to respawn, and it'll respawn a bunch of really high level stuff to match the new guy. This happened to me on a number of occasions when I was leveling up. I would be clearing a mine, and all of the enemies are dead, and finally I can explore and take my time and go over every corner. Then a level 100 guy will enter, and like level 70 mole miners will just appear and just tear me to pieces. So I feel your pain. I really do. Jonathan says, planning on a 3 or 4 hour stream tonight, my friend. Probably neither. I'm thinking maybe 2.5. That's what I'm going for, 2.5. We'll see. Vamek says, how does it feel to be canon? Well, the nice thing about that particular shout out is if you have no idea who I am, it still works, right? Because even though the idea of getting a cigar rack is weird, clearly the person who wrote that doesn't smoke cigars. But if you didn't know anything about me, it would still work in the world because you're at a taxidermy shop, and that's the kind of thing that is enjoyed there. Evodio says someone should quote that on an Oxhorn shop for Doom-related attire. Stop and smell the flowers, but only after all the demons are dead. I should put that on a shirt, huh? Mr. Random Potato says, did you look at the Dying Light 2 trailer, Ox? Again, I haven't gotten into it yet. I'm going to. I'm going to get to it. Been really busy. But I'll take my time and really enjoy it here. Maybe after the program. But anyway, Jessica, back to answering your question. It's one of those things where you just got to keep trying. You just got to keep trying. Keep coming back after you die, and maybe the higher level characters will have killed all of the enemies in your way, and you can sort of piece through the ruins and get through there, or start investing in stealth. Get a stealth boy. You could probably do the Mistress of Mystery quest line, because you get some wonderful stealth-related tools at your disposal that can help you get into areas that are pretty difficult. The Raider camp is tough. Lots of really high-level mutants there for early to mid-game. So that does make it tough. But yeah, just keep trying. Alex says, hey, you hearted to my comment on Fallout 3. We got him. Did I? Well, I don't remember what your comment was, but I do go through as many comments as I can on the videos that I publish, and I'll heart a comment every now and then. The Dark Seraph says, the reflex sights in Fallout 4 bother me. It's not a glowing dot on the glass. It's a laser that shines on a specific reflective glass. This would only bother firearm buffs, but it still bothers me. Yeah, and I'm not a big firearm buff. So it didn't stand out to me. Like I didn't notice it as being inaccurate, though I did notice the Oxhorn cigar rack as being slightly weird. Like you don't put your cigars on display on a rack because that'll make them go bad. You have to put them in a humidor that's climate controlled and humidity controlled so that they stay fresh. So that's the reason why you wouldn't have an Oxhorn cigar rack. But like I said, I'll take it. Volpine Soul says, any plans for a BioShock lore set? I've had that request a lot, and it's something I'm considering. I played Fallout 1 as a live stream on this channel, and I know that I owe it to everybody to continue with that series and go to BioShock 2 and Infinity and all of that. In terms of lore, after having played through the first one, it would be really difficult to do a lore series on BioShock. I would find it very difficult to do a lore series on BioShock, so I don't think it's something I'll do in terms of a narrated lore series. Maybe the other games are different enough that I might change my mind, but after having played BioShock 1, I don't think I would do a lore series on that. Josh Bunton says, one thing I would like would be purchasable sight dots. There are a number of mods you could try installing for Fallout 4 that can give you a variety of different scopes and sights. Obadiah says, do you listen to anything to go to sleep? No, I'm the kind of guy where if there's any kind of noise in the house, it's hard for me to fall asleep. So I need absolute dark and absolute quiet, and then I can fall asleep. I don't like listening to fans. My wife sometimes likes putting on a fan to go to sleep, and that bothers me. Like I don't like listening to the humming of a fan or air conditioning, or I like silence when I go to sleep. Mythic says, hey Oxhorn, have you ever played any of the Call of Duties? I think you'd enjoy the Black Ops 2 story, as there are several choices you need to make that alter the ending, and it's set in the past, and in the year 2025. I haven't played it, well, I take that back. I played Call of Duty 4 when it came back in like 2008. I played that with my coworkers at the time when I was working at WeGame, and I loved it. It was a great game. I didn't really get into the story of it because we did a lot of team PvP and stuff. It was how the office relaxed at the end of the day. We'd all get into Call of Duty 4 and shoot each other. Good times working at that company. But that was the last Call of Duty I played, and I enjoyed it, but I haven't really gotten into the stories. It's something I should check out probably. Durag says the bolt action of the snipers are on backwards. Yeah, I heard that the same was true with the hunter's rifle. The bolt was on backwards. Doug says, Ox, would you ever consider playing The Witcher 3? Lots of content, quests, dialogue choices, and the lore is something of the most interesting of any game. As I said in the previous comment that asked that, I would consider playing it. I probably wouldn't consider doing a big lore series on it or turning it into a live stream. But I hear that they're great games. Grievous Reborn says, wouldn't a cigar rack work if you just collected cigars? Also, keep up the great work. Thanks, but no, a serious collector would put cigars in a humidor. Because the last thing you want to do, even if you're just collecting the cigar to own, is ruin it by putting it on a rack. I imagine a rack is being, exposed to the elements. You put the rack on a wall so that you can display. If it was a rack inside a humidor, then sure, that'd be fine. Though I don't know why you would want to display something in a rack inside a humidor. Really, if you put it in a desktop humidor, there's usually glass on top. You can see through the glass. Oh, there are all the nice cigars. That's how someone who collects cigars would typically display them. Mr. Blankface Blank says, would you ever do a Soma game lore video? Maybe. I'd have to look into Soma to see what it's about. I've had it recommended a lot, but I haven't played it before, so I'm not familiar with that particular game. Brian agrees. I would also like to see Oxhorn play Soma. Yeah, I get that a lot, and I haven't looked it up. I'll have to check it out. Wow, Windows wants to do an update right now. And it knocked me out of Doom to do that. Gosh. Glad I wasn't in the middle of playing when that happened. ADG says, favorite LA Noire case? Nicholson electroplating was a really good case. It had a lot of things that I enjoyed about it. It was a surprise, espionage, spy gadgets, corruption, Howard Hughes. That was a good one. I liked Nicholson electroplating. Mr. Random Potato says, your Obra Dinn videos don't seem popular. Thoughts? The Return of the Obra Dinn is a very different game from what I typically do on my channel, and it's an indie game, and it's very little known. So my audience is being, most of the members of my audience are being introduced to that game for the very first time through my videos, whereas with most of the other games that I cover on my channel, they're already well-known and beloved games that people have been playing for years, and so my content already has a hook, right? That I understand this game, I've seen this game, I want to learn more about it or see something that I missed, and that hooks people in. But for a game that they've never played before, and it doesn't have the same graphics they're used to, and it's an indie title, it's not from a studio that they know about, there's, initially a lack of interest. And I knew that going into producing that series, and I didn't care, because I loved it. And that's what I do with my channel. I create content about games that amaze me. And I'm always grateful when other people find that interesting. The feedback I get on the Return of Obra Dinn series that I'm doing has been almost wholly positive. There are people who just can't get past the graphic style, which I completely understand. It takes a bit of getting used to. Or they think that, doing that kind of graphic style isn't a wise decision because we've already evolved technologically beyond that, so why go back in time? I've read all of those comments, but most people are really engaged in the story and finding it interesting. So I'm going to continue to make that series, even if it doesn't get quite as many views as my other videos, just because I want to do that series, and it seems fun to me. Wonder Waffle says, I'm not staying tonight, just dropping my weekly tip. Well, thank you, Wonder Waffle. I do appreciate it. I hope you can stay as long as you can. Wrinkly Twinkle says, would you buy a working Pip-Boy for $300? Maybe. I guess it depends on what one means by working. I already have Pip-Boys that light up and Pip-Boys that you can put smartphones into that'll allow them to do things on the smartphone. But the functionality of a Pip-Boy is to work as a user interface for the game, and I wouldn't be able to manage my inventory from a real-world Pip-Boy, right? So I think I have all the Pip-Boys I need. TV Snowy says, are you going to keep uploading content about Fallout 4? Yeah, Fallout 4 is, the cornerstone of my channel, and whenever there's new Creation Club content for Fallout 4, I cover it. And I will be doing lore series in the future for the Far Harbor DLC, which I haven't gotten to yet, and the main story to Fallout 4. But there are a couple of other games series that I'm trying to get through first before I do that. But yeah, I will get back to Fallout 4 soon. Volpine Soul says, which game has the better soundtrack, Fallout or L.A. Noire? Oh, you can't compare the two. They're so completely different. The L.A. Noire soundtrack is amazing, and it would not work in the world of Fallout. The Fallout soundtrack is amazing, and it wouldn't work in the world of L.A. Noire. They're both perfect for exactly what they're designed to do, for the games they're designed to be in. They just immerse you into the world, and that's what I love about both of them. Josh says, any new fancy gadgets to show off? Not a whole lot. You can see my orange truck back there, but it came with a manufacturer defect, so I'm going to have to get a new one. I got this. I had to have it made. I found someone on Etsy who does woodworking, and he made it for me. It's the toy car from the Fallout series. I just wanted one. I also got the blocks so I can spell Gary. But my kids play with them, so they'll come into my office and take the car and the blocks, which are supposed to be props, and they'll play with them for hours. Which I suppose is the point, right? They were supposed to be toys anyway, so I got to go track down all my blocks. Steve says, hey, Oxhorn, just wanted to say I love the live streams. Don't get me wrong, I love Fallout, but I love seeing your channel grow into exploring other games. Keep it up. Thank you. That's one of the things I'm really enjoying about the live streams, is I do get to experiment with other games. Charles Borden says, Oxhorn, I'm enjoying the Obra Dinn lore. I never would have given it a second glance had you not brought it up. Well, thank you. Yeah, I knew it's one of those games that it's a gem. It's one of those gems that it's enjoyed by reviewers and critics who sit down and play every single game, and then a game like that will rise to the top, and they'll review it and they'll give it a great score. But your everyday player on Steam will pass it by because it doesn't look like something they're used to, and it might not be up their alley. But I thought that it was definitely worthy of inclusion, so that's why I'm covering it. Jessica says, here's a dad joke for you. Do you remember when plastic surgery was taboo? Now if you mention Botox, no one even raises an eyebrow. That's a good one. Bullets Raining says, I love your settlement building videos, Oxhorn. Building is my favorite feature of Fallout 4. Do you think they'll be building in the new Elder Scrolls? Absolutely. I mean, I have no idea. This is just complete pure speculation. But, you know, the reason, and this is also speculation, but I think the reason they included settlement building and camp building in Fallout 4 was not just because that's the way many of the popular games were going, but also because after they released Fallout 3, there was a mod that was released that gave you better control over decorating your Megaton player home or your 10-penny tower suite. It was a hugely successful mod on the Nexus, and it did things to the game engine that you wouldn't even think were possible. And I believe that was the inspiration for allowing settlements in Fallout 4. And the settlement system has proved to be a huge popular system for Fallout 4, which is why they reintroduced it into Fallout 76. So yeah, I mean, I think when they sit down to do the next Elder Scrolls game, as they're doing now, they'll probably have some sort of building system. Will it be settlement building? Probably not. But player home decorating? Maybe. Charles says, is that the orange pick you up truck from Fallout? It is. All right, I'll show it off. Hold on. It's big. It's much bigger than the Fusion Fleas. As you can see, I have every Fusion Flea up there, and this is almost twice the size. So there it is, the orange picker-up truck. And I still haven't gotten my red one. I thought I bought a red one. I'm not sure where it is, but there's also another one. There's a Nuka Girl themed one, and it's just too rare. I think there were only 100 made, and I didn't get one, and they're going for like thousands of dollars. So that I'm probably not going to get one, but there it is. And it came with a manufacturing defect. I don't know if you can see it, but in the corner there, it's got some chipped paint. So I'm going to have them replace it. But it's a nice little truck, and I like it. I'm a little upset at myself for starting a collection of the Fallout vehicles, because now I have to finish it. And as you can see, my shelves are getting full. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Mythic says, Soma is almost like Fallout and Doom mixed together, being in a post-apocalyptic setting, but Earth is now uninhabitable. The story is extremely interesting, and it gets to be very emotional at times. Wow, really? Well, that sounds like it's right up my alley. Yeah, after I finish Doom, maybe we'll take a look at Soma, though I did promise Dishonored, didn't I? No, that was after Prey. I promised Dishonored after Prey, but then everyone wants me to do Bioshock. There are a lot of games you guys want me to play. Someone, Message Redacted, gave me a tip. Thank you very much, Message Redacted. I appreciate it. Not sure why you moved your name, but I thank you anyway. Steve Stavley says, speaking of rebuilding, didn't Bethesda say Fallout 76 would include more of a rebuilding of the wasteland in the coming DLCs? Seems like that would be awesome and really add a new dynamic. I mean, that's vague. I mean, I don't recall that particular announcement from Bethesda, but if they did say that future DLCs would include more rebuilding, I mean, that could be interpreted in a number of ways. What does that mean? You can have more than one settlement. You can fast travel to more than one settlement or camp. You can fast travel to more than one camp across the wastes. I'm not sure what that even means, but lots of great potential. Charles says, that is so cool. Yeah, I have to admit, the Wand Company, the company that did the Fallout 76 Pip-Boy and all of these little cars, they did an excellent job. The attention to detail is just off the charts. Wolf the Riot says, just dropping by to say hello. Hello there, Wolf the Riot. I'm so glad you did. Mr. Random Potatoes says, if one faction ruled the wastes of Fallout, which would you like it to be? I like Lions Brotherhood of Steel or the NCR. Also, which Fallout 76 faction do you like the best? I'd choose the Minutemen. I think that the NCR has been around for so long and has become so large and bureaucratic and at times corrupt that there would be a lot of wonderful progress made under the NCR and a lot of freedom given to people under the NCR, but also a lot of heartache under the NCR. Now, the Minutemen hasn't grown large enough to really find out what they would do when they became powerful. So maybe they would turn out the same way as the NCR. But as we find them in Fallout 4, and if the general of the Minutemen is a good, libertarian, then I would prefer the Minutemen to re-civilize America. Jonathan Carson says, other than the lore, what about Fallout as a whole makes it your favorite video game? And if it happens, or when, would you want to play one of the Fallouts in a full haptic suit? What's your opinion of VR in all? I think my favorite thing about Fallout lore is seeing the future as it was envisioned by the past become manifest, which is just a weird thing that they managed to nail perfectly, especially in Fallout 4. The art in Fallout 4 is just exemplary. Then, of course, the thing I love about the Interplay and Obsidian Fallouts is they really make it feel like a living world. Due to their storytelling ability, not necessarily because of the graphics and the art design, but their storytelling is such that it makes you feel like there's a whole bigger thing going on outside your character. With Bethesda Fallouts, your character is the center of everything. And with the Obsidian and Interplay Fallouts, he's not. He's really not. And that makes the world feel more real, in my opinion. Let's see, where it flew off the screen. Now, in terms of a haptic suit, well, I did play Fallout 4 VR back when it came out a couple of years ago, and that was a lot of fun. I still prefer playing on a computer with a monitor and headphones, but it was still fun. Jared says, I have enjoyed your videos for years. Thanks for all your hard work. Looking for a shirt that says, what's this? What's that? Is that it? Is that do I say that a lot? Or something? Is that a reference to something that I don't quite get? No more room, build more shelves. Easy peasy. Yeah, but my office is getting pretty full here. I have a few more shelves over here on top of my computer, but of course you wouldn't be able to see them in the live stream, and that's the thing. The entire reason I'm building that back there is not just for office decorations, but so that I can have a backdrop during my live shows. That's interesting, and it provokes conversation, and that people will enjoy. Jack says, just dropping by. Hope you have fun doing this. I do. I'm very blessed, and I'm grateful every time I can sit down in front of this camera and just play a cool video game that I otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to play. That's one of the reasons I'm doing these live streams, is I love Fallout, and I get it, I immerse myself in the world of Fallout, and I get I spend a lot of time with Fallout. But there are a lot of other games out there that I would feel like I'm missing if I don't branch out and try new things. The live streams give me the opportunity to do that. Caden says it sucks that he missed the Vault Tech Easter egg on the door at the starting of Doom or after getting the shotgun. Did I miss that? The thing about Doom is I'm going to miss some of the secrets. It's chocked full of secrets. I won't get them all. I'll do my best, but I won't get them all. Josh says, we just need to show off the backdrop once in a while. You see a little bit. Like, there's my collection of Vim bottles. That's my 10mm pistol. That's my Pip-Boy. There are my fusion fleas. See, I've got Vault bobbleheads down there, and that's my cereal bowl, my Sugar Bombs cereal bowl, and my box of Sugar Bombs. Nuka-Cola. Yeah, I should do a big tour one of these days, once I finish it. Freddie says, hey, Oxhorn, here's another dad joke. Hey, want to hear a joke about paper? No, because it's terrible. Oh, nice. Nice. Wade says, once it becomes a sickness, it's all about the collection. The backdrop will be the favorites. I know. I've got a problem. I wasn't going to get that truck. I wasn't. I said 4 is enough. I've got 4 fusion fleas. Then the truck came out, and Bethesda emailed me about it. And they said, look, new item in the shop. There's a truck. You should check it out. And I clicked on the link, and I looked at it, and I thought, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. I did it. I got the truck. I love it. Maybe I have a problem. Publius says, would love to see Subnautica. More vids would help me a lot. That game, it gets creepy at times. My kids play that game with me. So every night, except for show nights, we have computer time where I finish all my work. We finish dinner, and then I sit the kids down at my computer. My daughter sits here. She likes the big widescreen. My son sits here. He likes the 144 megahertz. They play console games too. I'm not turning them into like PC Master Race kids, but they'll sit down at my computers and they both play Subnautica at the same time. Sometimes my son will play No Man's Sky, which has actually turned into a very different game. I did a couple of lore videos on No Man's Sky years ago when it first released, and I just couldn't do any more because it was such a thin game at the time. But wow, they've really added a lot to it. I was shocked. My son wanted to play it. He saw it in my Steam library. I said, okay, and then wow, they added a lot. But both of them come back to Subnautica, and they have so much fun building their little submarines and collecting the tablets to open up the temple doors. And my daughter loves the monsters. I thought she would be terrified of them, but no. She sees one of those horrible, translucent, scary things, and she swims right for it, and she'll get right up in its face. They both play on the mode where you don't take damage and you can't drown and all that because they're building their little forts and all of that. They're young, you know. They're young, but yeah, she loves the monsters. She doesn't get scared, or she likes getting scared. That's probably more accurate. She loves getting scared. Super Slother says, Oxhorn, please notice me. I am writing this really long so that you will notice me, and I can feel happy. You have to, please. So many people, including me. Sorry for wasting your time. You are now a paladin, Ox. Thank you for the comment. I saw it, and the long comment worked. Vellingham says, congrats, Oxhorn. You collect Fallout merch the way I collect anime figures. Hear me from experience, friend. Once you start, you can't stop. You can try, but then that truck came and you hopped on that quick. Yeah. The scary thing is that I was reading the website of I just named the company too. The website of the company that makes it, and they said that they're going to be doing the Corvega sedan and the Vault-Tec van as well in the future. So yeah, my shelf is going to be all cars. All Fallout cars, eventually. That's what it's going to be. Jonathan with a tip. Thank you, Jonathan. Error404 says, hey, Oxhorn, can you give me a shout-out to my wife, Jennifer? Also, all hail the mighty Oxcavator. Shout-out to Jennifer, Error404's wife. You married well. He's got excellent taste, trust me. Good to have you both on the program. And yeah, so you can rename your power armor frame in Fallout 76 now. And I've been making really good use of that. I named my excavator suit of power armor Oxcavator. That's right. Then somebody told me, well, if you're going to do that, you should name your Exo-1 Oxo-1, which I did. I couldn't think of a good Oxhorny name for T-51 or T-45 or T-60. So I could do T-Oxty. That doesn't work. Mr. Random Potato says, thanks for being the face of Fallout's favorite 76 faction. I don't know if I'm the face of Fallout at all, but your comment is extremely kind. My favorite 76 faction, that's, I think someone asked that previously and I forgot to answer. That's a tricky one. I mean, the Responders are the best faction. Like, they're the most giving and kind towards everyone. All of the other factions have their own little missions, right? That sometimes exclude each other. So yeah, I guess I'll go with Responders, even though they can be annoying at times. Thomas says, Ox, I started playing Return of the Obra Dinn because of your broadcast. I love it. It's brutally hard, but I love it. Thanks. You're welcome. It is brutally hard. I only got 12 or so fates, I think, in my first playthrough. So it's really hard, and I'm grateful to be able to go through it now to make this series. Brett Bus says, I would watch a stream of you and your kids playing Subnautica. That would be funny. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be putting them on the program anytime soon, but that would be a lot of fun. Jeanette says T-Oxy with Moxie. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. Jonathan says, saw your first Scotch and smoke rings. I loved it, man. Well, welcome to the program. I'm glad you made it here. Wade says, Ox 45, Ox 51B, and Ox 60. Not that hard. Yes, but where does the T go? Because T doesn't rhyme with ox. Oxcavator works because it sounds kind of like excavator. At least the O and the E are vowels, but the T is a consonant. You can't replace a consonant with ox. It doesn't work. I could try. Air404 says, thanks, Oxhorn, and I embarrassed my wife. Law. That's every husband's duty, is to slightly embarrass your wife in a very kind and fun way. Have you tried Mass Effect, Oxhorn, says Joseph Aquila. It has a lot of lore. I tried Mass Effect Andromeda, and I did a live stream. Was it? It was either a live stream or a lore video of Mass Effect Andromeda when it dropped, and it couldn't grasp my attention. Many people have told me that it's not fair to judge the Mass Effect series by Andromeda, and I hear you. But there are so many other games that I want to do that I probably won't visit Andromeda anytime soon. Guardsman J. Bravo says, hey, Oxhorn, what's the drink and smoke of choice tonight? Tonight I'm smoking something new. I'm smoking a Gurkha cigar. Gurkha Classic Cigar Havana Blend. And it's really smooth. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of a nice change from the La Auroras that I've been smoking. And for the drink, I think it's Glenfiddich. Josh says, or at least not intentionally put them in the stream if they sneak in, correct? Right. Right. My kids, my daughter especially, likes to sneak into my office while I'm streaming. I have a passcode lock on my door, and I don't know how, but my kids figured it out. And so they come into my office when I'm in the middle of doing a live stream or when I'm smoking because they want to see what Daddy's up to. And I gotta put the cigar away and, get them out of the room. During my Metro Exodus live streams, I think my daughter crashed the stream at least once every broadcast. My son only comes in every now and then. But my daughter's the one who watched me type in the code and remembered it. And then she told my son, and now my son, he walks on saying that his sister told him what the code was, and now he comes in whenever he wants. They'll come in and play with all of my props. My son broke my Ranger Sequoia. I have to fix it. David Turner says, how'd you find the Obra Dinn? I had never heard of it. Well, I was reading through a list of some of the best ranked games of 2018. This was around Christmas, and I was out of town, and I had my phone out, and I was just reading this article, and it mentioned the Return of Obra Dinn, and the premise sounded interesting. So when I got back home from the trip, I looked it up, and I was hooked. I was like, oh, I got to do this. Guardsman J. Bravo says, the first three are so much better than Andromeda. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing. Guardsman J. Bravo says, Oxhorn, what do you prefer, Glenfiddich or Glenlivet? I'm not picky. I enjoy both, so I'll switch them out just for the variety every now and then. The Real Rob says, Ox, you're raising super spies. Yeah, I'm going to have to change the code. The thing is, the secret is that I was lazy when I installed the door lock, and I left it the default code, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the code to my door. And I figured, well, they're kids. Doesn't matter. They're never going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Parenting mistake. They figured it out. So, of course, I'm sure they would have. But yeah, they figured it out really quickly. So now I got to take the entire thing apart because it's one of those manual combination locks, and I bought a manual one so that I wouldn't have to worry about replacing batteries every 6 months or something. So, but now I have to take it apart and realign the switches to put in a new code. And this is what laziness gets you. Yet if you don't install it right the first time, you just add more work for yourself, which is what I've done because my kids guessed the combination. Gabe says, are you going to do Borderlands 3, and what's your opinion on the Borderlands games? I'm probably not going to do Borderlands 3. I've never played any of the Borderlands games, so I can't comment on them. I can say that the cell shading artwork is weird. Like, I'd have to really get used to it, I think. But, of course, I'm open to trying. Guardsman J. Bravo says, I prefer Glenfiddich myself. All right. Well, I do enjoy it. McChaster says, Ox, my main beer lover, have you ever considered looking into the original Deus Ex from 2001? It's pretty cool. Have a cool one. I have heard a lot about the Deus Ex series, but I haven't played any of them. It's something I would consider doing. Jonathan says, a guy named Antoine says Tox 45. So instead of T45, it'd be Tox 45, Tox 51B, Tox 60. I'd have to do toxicity in the city, Jeanette says, did Spaceballs teach you nothing? No, it didn't. The arrogance. Of course my kids are going to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course. I was just lazy and arrogant, and I just didn't want to bother with it. And now I'm suffering. Now they play with all my toys. Vellingham says, you should name one suit of power armor Oxy Oxhorn. Now we will jump inside Oxy Oxhorn. Taking a pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. I need to pick up some more fusion cores for Oxy Oxhorn. I don't know. That might go over well during the live streams, actually. Volpine Soul with another tip. Thank you, Volpine Soul. I appreciate it. Guardsman J. Bravo says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage. Oh, Spaceballs. That would always remain timeless. I know. And then he looks at his bag. That's what I had. That's what I had on my door. It's still that way. I'm going to have to fix it. Mythic says, it was a great choice to make videos on the Obra Dinn. They're super interesting. It's definitely my favorite series on your channel at the moment, and I can't wait to see more of it. Well, never fear. I will indeed finish it, even though not a whole lot of people watch it, but I love it, and that's what's important to me. So I will, of course, continue with that series. Freddy says, joke, what did the officer molecule say to the suspect molecule? I got my eye on you. That fits. That fits. Yeti says, well, I'll just make it 654321. Yeah, that would be easy to remember, wouldn't it? I could do that. Josh says the same thing. Ox, just invert the passcode. Look, I made my mistake. I think they would figure it out. Like, I thought they wouldn't figure it out. They figured it out. I'm going to have to redo the passcode, and I'm going to have to pick a really hard one, because otherwise they'll figure it out. I could do 111111. They'll figure it out. 654321. They'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do something that's easy for me to remember, but they want like 2077. The day the bombs drop. 10232077. There you go. That'll be my new door code. Oh, Mr. Random Potato says the exact same thing. Thank you, Mr. Random Potato. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I should do. 102377. Gabe Kun says, please live stream you fixing your door. That would be fun. to make sure that my kids couldn't get in. I don't know if that'd be a good live stream. Maybe on Twitch. Maybe on Twitch. John, with a wonderful tip, thank you very much, says, I appreciate your videos, thanks. You are indeed welcome, and your generosity is very appreciated. Thank you. Absolute Horse with a tip, thank you very much. Tech One says, I bet your computer's password is password. No, look, the truth is, my passwords for everything else in my life are incredibly difficult. I use like 16 to 20 to 36 digit password generators, and I have to keep, you know, spreadsheets of all my passwords so that I know where they are. But for the door, I figured, well, it's inside my house. The only ones I want out of my office are my kids. It'll be fine. No, it wasn't fun. Nemesis says, just keep doing what you're doing. Love you, Ox. That what makes your channel great and unique. Thank you, Nemesis. And Brian says, Ox, just take your name Oxhorn and use the numbers associated with the word Oxhorn. 694676. That would be harder to remember than the date that the bombs dropped in the Fallout universe for me. That's the one I remember. Oh, couple more minutes. Actually, we need to get to the game. It's almost 8. Make it a game for them. Have codes and hints, says Guardsman J. Bravo. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun for them and a lot of work for me, because I'd give them all of these hints. They'd figure it out. Then I'd have to redo my door all over again. But the truth is, they'll probably just sneak behind me and watch me input the code and figure it out. That's probably how they'll figure it out again. Miles Hanna says, love your trademark background music. Can't pinpoint the genre, though. Is it like a ragtime in New Orleans style, the blues and brass twist? Yeah, it's... I had it, and then I read your comment, and I lost it. The ragtime threw me off. It's... Yeah, it's that. It's what you said. That's what it is. Cody says you should use a password manager like LastPass or Dashlane. It keeps all your passwords and you just have to remember one master code. Those things terrify me because if any of those services get hacked, then suddenly everyone's got all my passwords. So I just do it the old-fashioned way, pen and paper, spreadsheets. Of course, I lose my computer, then I'm done forever. Just hope I don't have a power surge. All right, 2 more. Absolute Horse says, sorry I'm late. Busier night at work than usual. Ox, did I miss anything? Loving the Oberdin series. Thank you very much. No, you haven't missed much. We're going to be getting to the game soon. Ruler606 says, have you thought about the game called Sunken City? I have not thought about the game called Sunken City. I haven't heard of it until just now, but thank you for the recommendation. I'll have to look it up. Okay. Did you ever finish the Lying Low quest in Fallout 76, says Crassy? I did. I finished it today, and I put that live stream up on my channel. King Chat says, thoughts on Doom Eternal? I'm enjoying this one, so I'll probably be playing Doom Eternal too. Valium says, Oxhorn, I was wondering, will you ever do a video on Fallout 2's random encounters? Yeah, I will after I finish the main lore series. And then Guardsman J. Bravo says, they're sneaky, eh? You may want to check your pockets and don't forget to lock the cookie jar in your hidden snack cabinet. No, they're all real good kids. They're all good kids. Caleb says, hey, Oxhorn, love the streams and the content, especially your recent Fallout 2 and 3 stories. Have a cigar and some Scotch money on me and enjoy Doom. I will. Let's all enjoy Doom and get to the game right away. Okay, I've got my cigar ashtray. I've got my cigar. Let's take the wrapper off while we can, so we're not doing it while we're hunting demons. Got my Scotch. All right, let's do it. Campaign. I think game slot 3. Continue game. Okay. where I was. Got to get my head. I've been playing so many games. Fallout 76, Prey, now Doom, and I switched through them all. And Fallout 3 and Obra Dinn. I got to kind of like get myself centered here. Which game am I playing now? All right, this one. Meltdown. Stop the meltdown. Tab. Weapon upgrade points available. All right, let's upgrade a weapon. Okay, I've got this one, but I don't use it a lot. Let's continue with my shotgun. It's my speedy recovery. Reduces the recharge time between bursts. Increases the fire rate of bursts. Reduces the loading time for the charged burst. Or explosive shot. I'm enjoying explosive shot, but I need 3 for these. So maybe I'll save up. Yeah, let me save up for those. Wonder Waffle says, I guess I decided to stay well worth it. Thank you, sir.
After running more diagnostics on the active Praetor suit, it appears that I can accelerate the upgrading of your arsenal by measuring your combat effectiveness. I have added a tracker to your helmet's display.
Is that Modus?
The facility will not allow you access to the turbine room unless the demonic threat level is brought down inside the foundry. Our security systems cannot be overridden.
Okay. Foundry Team Manifest. Congratulations, new advocate. If you're reading this message, then you have been promoted to the Foundry Resource Team. If you were volunteered for this service, you are joining an elite band of Tier 1 advocates whose work and dedication keeps our mission running on all cylinders. As a member of Foundry Resources, you will have access to some of the most advanced equipment the UAC has to offer, including grip-ton cargo handlers, Delta 5 jump boosts, and dino-phasic elevators. New members might want to consider applying for an exclusive team tattoo upon joining as a sign of faith in our science. Oh, wow, okay. Team tattoos are a mark of your tireless work at the UAC and can be requested by signing up for any of the Lazarus Wave case studies. Please contact a Tier 3 Advanced Weapon Technician to fill in your application for a pentagram brand today. Wow. Guardsman J. Bravo says, I was always finding inventive ways to get to the cookie jar, like building climbable towers using the drawer handles as a ladder. My grand later got a talking cookie jar. It talked whenever it opened. And that was your downfall, I bet. Hey, all right, combat support drone. I've got those. Looks like we can purchase some of these then, huh? Tactical scope. Micro missiles. Tactical scope it is. The heavy assault rifle can be fitted with a parallax compensating telescopic sight that allows for multiple zoom levels and gimbal mounted recoil stabilizers. The high accuracy of the UAC TS-3 turns the HAR into an excellent sniper rifle that is capable of firing multiple rounds without creating unmanageable recoil. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. I should upgrade into this one. This is what I've been wanting. Whoa, all right. Well, that was a bad choice. What's going on in there? And I missed a bunch of stuff, didn't I?
Gas leak detected. Access denied.
Oh dear. Guardsman says, no, I found a better prize, Hostess cupcakes. Okay. Right, well, I passed by a bunch of stuff when I went down this path. Let's retrace our steps really quickly. Area lockout, but look at this. Key card required. So it looks like I am going to have to go that other way. Crazy. Checkpoint reached. Okay. Yellow key card. Terminator 2 reference if you jump the lava. Thank you, Wonder Waffle. And then Joe Cool says, Ox, did you find the super shotgun? Not yet. Roman says, Ox, hint for your navigation skills. Your path in Doom is always marked with green lights. Thank you. That will come in handy. Okay, jump the lava. Let's try it. What are these things? What is that? The Hell Knight is a towering brute bred for combat deep in the bowels of hell. These diabolical beasts are the prized gladiators of the demon horde. They relentlessly stomp towards their target, smashing their massive fists into the ground to create shockwaves that stagger their opponent and leave them vulnerable to bone-crushing melee attacks. The Hell Knight's powerful legs allow it to leap across large distances effortlessly, quickly closing the gap to its enemies.
Warning. Core temperature rising.
Holy moly. Almost died there. Weapon upgrade point gained. Fantastic. I'll worry about that in a minute. Whoo-wee. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Yellow door.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
New profile. Samuel Hayden. He's the chairman of the UAC. Born into the wealthy and powerful Hayden family, he completed his master's in theoretical physics at Oxford University. He showed prodigious talent in several fields, including thermodynamics, electromagnetic theory, and nuclear sciences. At a young age, he established the Samuel Hayden Foundation, a philanthropic organization dedicated to sponsoring youth scientific talent and funding scientific programs in schools and colleges. His daunting intellect made him a prime target for the UAC, and they recruited him soon after he was appointed General Director of the Global Science Council. Samuel took over leadership of the UAC a few months after the discovery of the Argent fracture, and immediately put the Argent Tower into production. During construction of the Argent Tower, Samuel was diagnosed with stage 4 inoperable brain cancer. Samuel was given 6 months to live. He dedicated those last few months to finding a radical solution to his mortality: cybernetic transference. Gabe says you were right. There is a lot of blood. This is what we are discovering.
Always watching.
New monsters, Hellraisers. The Hellraiser is an astute and tactical foe that will engage enemies from a distance with a powerful beam of unrefined hell energy. The beam emanates from an arm-like protrusion composed of cartilage and other osseous tissue. Articulation of the cartilage allows the Hellraiser to focus its energy beam into a single charged shot that will obliterate anything that stands in its path. Okay. This is where I was.
Stay focused. Stay committed.
Oxhorn, you left the plasma rifle. Where's the plasma rifle? Where did I miss it?
Remember, the Blind Council is always watching.
Ah!
Stay focused. Stay committed.
The plasma rifle became standard issue among military units with the advent of Argent-powered electromagnetic accelerators. Based off of the hip-JID design of the early 21st century, this weapon delivers a rapid salvo of plasmoids that inflict both impact and thermal damage to the target. A weapon wheel. I'll try it.
Remember, the Blind Council is always watching.
Watch. Core temperature rising.
Oh, that's cool. I'm going to save that shield for later. All right, here we go. All right, one down.
Threat reduced by 25%.
All right, let's use my weapon upgrade point since I've got enough now. Bigger the boom. Let's reduce the recharge time. Okay. Oh, how do I switch? There we go. Oh, where's my map? There. Okay, I got the auto map. Oh, there's something there that I missed. Oh, and there's something there that I missed. Oh, wait, did I miss all of that? Or are they white because I got them? Blue card. Oh, so that's how I get over there. I don't need it though, so I'm not going to risk my life for it.
establish a new paradigm and move humanity into the future.
Gornest! Golly, these guys are tough.
Have you filled out the UNC? See Jessica and human resources for assistance.
Oh my goodness.
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
Half done.
See Jessica and human resources for assistance.
Wonder Officer Doc, jump on the lava, my man. Alright. Y'all want me to die? Okay, I can die. Hey! Thanks! Alley up! There it is. I hope you're happy.
Have you filled out your UAC accidental death?
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
I gotta go back and get that that doll thing. Oh, I don't have to get it again. Okay.
Have you filled out?
Okay, I no longer need the chainsaw. Let me have that.
Warning, core temperature rising.
So how do I get over there? Goodness gracious. What have I done? Oh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Totally, Casey. Kui says, I'm always donating. For some reason. Hi. Well, that's extremely appreciated. Thank you. And hi back. Okay. Where am I? I'm way down there. I need to go that way. Follow the green lights? What green lights? Those ones? Oh. Thank you. Yay again, says Totally KCQE. Yay again for all of us. Oh!
Access granted.
Yuck!
Gas leak stopped.
Here we go.
Demonic threat reduced by 75%.
Why? Why is that so much fun? I have a complaint against Preox, says Roman. Well, Michaelia is an unusual female name. Illusion is a male surname. So why do US games always butcher Russian? I don't know. I think it's because of the way we consider feminine versus masculine, I guess. Maybe some Russian names sound feminine, so we always give them to the wrong genders. I don't know. Okay, green lights. Yeah, that's a dead end. Totally Casey Cooey says, do you like Spectacle Island, Oxhorn? I do. One of my favorite settlements.
Your devotion to the police. Paradigm and move humanity into the future. Stay focused. Stay committed.
Oh, find the dead guy. Okay. I feel like I'm going in a big loop. Those are red lights, though. Over there? So opposite end? So I need to get to a lower level. In that box there was a collectible. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm getting to walk all over the place. I'm getting collectibles, but I think down here is where I need to go to proceed. The question is how to get down there. And I think over there. Oh! Well, this is the good thing about getting lost.
Stay focused.
All Sidray says, hey, relaxing with nice cider and some pad thai. Listening to your smooth voice. Oh, man, you've got me wanting pad thai now. Ah, now I'm hungry. Okay, so I do need to go that way, but it's blocked off to me. So... This is all new. Oh no! That's not even fair. Not even fair. You see that? That wasn't even right. Oxhorn, in the area there is a secret room. You need to pull a switch. All right, well, I'll try to find that. Where am I now? Back all the way over here?
Demonic threat reduced by 75%.
Whoa! Okay, and that's where I came in from. There it is. All right, am I gonna have to jump for it? I may have to. Alley-oop. 404.
Presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine room doors now open.
Okay. Man, this is one hellish landscape, isn't it? Oh, man.
Warning, core temperature reaching critical levels.
You're gonna die! Okay. Let's try that again.
Demonic presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine room doors now open.
There he is.
The core temperature is now stabilized.
Hey. Ah.
The primary control room has been activated somewhere nearby. It could be Olivia.
Let's spend all my weapon upgrade points. Let's do it. Next is Cluster Strike. Getting a direct hit with an explosive shot will spawn a cluster bomb that deals additional damage. Whoa. Sweet. Environmental resistance, area scanning, equipment systems. These upgrades improve equipment capacity and recharge time. Power-up effectiveness. These upgrades improve the effects of power-ups. Dexterity. Dexterity. Switch weapons faster. Okay.
Authorization. Olivia Pierce. Alpha 402.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
Crash to desktop. Roman says, how do you like Prey's stylistic mishmash? For me, the Art Deco high-tech mix feels a bit like pineapple pizza. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite artistic mix, but I do enjoy it. I always like Art Deco. If there's ever a time for a new cigar, it's now. Okay, this one's a Gurkha, and since it comes with a little bit of cedar, we're going to light this the right way. Okay, back at it.
Demonic presence reduced to minimum safe levels. Lockdown disengaged. Turbine room doors now open.
Zeetsnick says, did your cigar order come in? It finally did. Okay, don't crash.
Authorization. Olivia Pierce. Alpha 402.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
All power rerouted to Argent Energy Tower.
She is trying to tear open the portal between our world and theirs.
Eric says, Oxhorn, where's the
Saved them anyway.
where's the followed for mod reviews? Well, I'm not doing many mod reviews these days because mod authors tend to remove their mods over time. Ruler says, remember, Ox, the Hell Knights are super mutants. Krasny says, ever caught your office on fire from cigars? No, and I will remember they are super mutants. I know I will never catch my office on fire from cigars.
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to override it now. We will have to shut down the Argent Tower manually from the surface.
Okay, I missed 2 secrets. But I got the elite guards and the field drones. Alright, I think I got time for a little bit more. Olivia Pierce, the cult leader of the UAC, is trying to open a gateway into the dimension. She wants to help bring about the end of this world. Another lost soul, fallen under Hell's control. Olivia overclocked the Argent Tower, using it to drill a hole into the Hellscape and let Hell's army through. You need to shut down the Argent Tower before it breaks through into their world by disabling the energy filters located throughout the surface complex. Easy. Do it.
Olivia is using the tower to drill a doorway into their world. You can prevent her from opening the gate by disabling the tower induction filters.
Untethered cross-dimensional activity is a frequent occurrence outside of the base, so it is recommended that workers buddy up when journeying onto the Martian surface.
Oh dear. Well, 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 okay. Let's put a stop to that right now. I'm not good at parkour, okay? Yeah, this is going to happen a lot. It's going to happen a lot. Just saying. So be prepared now. I make no apology. I have no explanation. Okay, take your time, take your time. Calcum says, come on, Ox, you gotta have played Crash Bandicoot at least once. At least once. Whoa! Oh, I see. What is that? It's like a demonic rune. Rune trial. Use the combat shotgun to eliminate 15 imps before this timer expires. Oh gosh, time seconds. Okay. Let's do it. 15 imps in 10 seconds. Five of 15. Let's try again. Ah, got it. Vacuum increases the range that you can absorb dropped items. Woo! Got it. Sean Wolf says, Oxhorn, you should play this War of Mine. The way you're always discussing moral decisions in Fallout, the game would be great for you. I'll have to look it up because it sounds interesting. Rune Trials. The Runes tab is where you can view available runes to equip them. You can also view your progress towards upgrading any runes you have acquired, as well as requirements for unlocking additional rune slots. Cool. Sweet.
I see you, big boy. Oh.
Coda. Oh, rocket launcher. Oh, yes. Haha. This weapon has seen little design modification since its development in the late 21st century. It is standard issue to heavy weapons specialists in all military forces due to its unparalleled direct impact and radius damage. The UAC improved the design slightly by adding an automated quick reload. The weapon casing has been retrofitted to accept UAC-developed modifications. Right. Okay, let's do it. It's like I'm swimming. It's so fluid. Okay. Okay, now we could go this way. I tried. I'm gonna try again. No, 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 no. Oh. There was an invisible wall in my way. Okay, so I'm not supposed to go there. Fine. Krasny says, Ox, enemies are not dead when flashing blue. Duly noted. Vega is an acronym, though the exact meaning has not been revealed by Hadron or the UAC. Alright, I don't have time to read it. I'm busy. Sinister says, would you do a Fallout 4 live stream? Maybe someday, but right now I'm really enjoying playing different games.
We're only temporarily disabling the tower. You need to remove each lens individually. Carefully release the hinges.
Warning. Energy contamination detected.
Destroying the production of Argent energy isn't necessary.
Carefully remove each lens, he says. Here we go. No? What did I forget to do? Here we go, I guess. Oh, dear Lord. How did I survive that? I don't know how I survived that. Okay. Sweet. Well, let's try... press the weapon mod button to detonate rockets in flight. Oh, that's cool. Or lock on burst. Press and hold the weapon mod button to lock onto a target. Once locked, firing will quick launch 3 rockets at the target. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's where I came from. Seat's back outside. Hard frick. That's lovely. I'm going to make great use of that rocket launcher when those big guys come out.
Demon breach detected.
Hello, what's this? Artifacts, haste. This sphere invigorates the imbiber with lightning speed. Once broken, the sphere releases a charged cloud of soulbreaker energy, which forms a powerful, albeit brief, exoskeleton that charges and accelerates all natural movement. While the effects are brief, the speed that a hastened subject can reach is breathtaking. Okay. All right, I'll crack it open in just a minute. Let me do a survey of my surroundings really quickly. All right.
Demon presence at critical rate.
So lots of points of access here. Alley-oop. And that just pumps me back up there. Okay.
You must stop. The hell energy is unusable without the filters.
Warning. Energy contamination detected.
What?
Demon breach detected.
Banshee, man. Oh, wow. What was that Banshee thing? Let's try that again.
Demon breach detected.
Did I get the summoner? Oh, that was nasty. What was that? The summoner, a cunning adversary, is primarily a defensive summoning unit. As the demon horde swarms the enemy, the summoner sustains the battle by opening a rift to hell and calling forth reinforcements. To prevent being overrun by the relentless horde, the summoner should become a primary target in any battle strategy. When directly challenged in combat, the summoner is capable of challenging hell energy into an Argent wave. Although this wave kills most humans, an occasional victim will be transformed into the possessed. Surviving an Argent wave attack is extremely unlikely, but does not appear to be random. There's evidence that the summoner selects the most resilient of combatants for induction into the army of hell. Okay, wow. We found a summoner. I feel like I've been here before. Nope. Wait, yeah. I feel like I have been here before. Yeah, this leads back here.
Warning. Energy contamination and critical
We
load.
spent decades perfecting the science, selling it to humanity. We balanced their hell energy with our science, making it usable and safe. We solved an energy crisis the world had no answer for. It works. You cannot do this.
Ox, there's a super shotgun back at the plant farm. Okay. Well, I'll find a way back there in a bit. Josh says, super shotgun back at the farm thing. Okay. I will find a way back there. Berserk? Oh man, I wasted it.
Remember, the 12th Council of Nine is always watching you.
If stopping our energy production is what you want, then you need only to destroy this last filter, and Argent energy will no longer exist in this solar system. We will be back at square one.
Doom Guy doesn't give a crap. He's like, yep, it's all done.
You have no idea what you have just done.
Yeah, you just told me what I did.
Olivia is still alive. I've detected her life signature at the Argent Tower. She has removed one of the accumulators from the tower base. It has a unique energy signature that we can track.
Well, that's it then. There's nothing else to be done.
No, I'm not going to go without my super shotgun. Ash says, remember, if your shotgun isn't doing it, then, you know... Oh, I can't go back! There we go.
Questioning your faith?
He says, if your shotgun isn't doing it, then you're not using it enough. I mean, that's a good point. I need to use it more. More shotgun. Alright, let's see if I can find a way back there. The Doom Marine don't care about demons, says Sinister. I agree. We don't care about no stinking demons. Okay, super shotgun, huh? Well, I came back. On catwalks out the back of this room, Ox. That doesn't help me. Bottom floor. You guys are telling me about a super shotgun. Back out the bottom floor. My name is Oxhorn, and this is my boomstick, says Ruler. Follow the catwalk until you see a rock path on the side of the mountain, then follow it. Okay. Follow the catwalk until I see a rock path on the side of the mountain, then follow it. I've been here. Okay, from the catwalk, he says, drop down and follow the other catwalk. Okay. There we go. Super shotgun. Thank you. While this weapon has been removed from the UAC's approved weapon arsenal, many veteran operators insist that there's no better alternative for close combat. It offers incomparable destructive power and extremely close range, but is completely ineffective at long range. The weapon is light and small, making it a favored secondary weapon that no self-respecting combat specialist would be seen without. Thank you. Now to find my way back to where I was. Mr. Motivation says, been watching your videos for the past couple of years, finally got a day off to catch you live. Well, I'm glad you made it. Now I gotta figure out how to get back there. Garage? Oh, hello. Okay, let's try it. Armed with a pistol, destroy 30 barrels before the timer expires. Let's try. 30 barrels. Yes! Increases how long demons remain in stagger state. Sweet. All right. Well, let's try and install it. Oh, I don't have the other slot. I need to unlock another slot. Let's keep this one since I'm already on my way to the challenge. Oops, did I get stuck? No. Oh man, and I'm back here now. effective. Okay, I need to hop down. Hey! Great! Let's try the micro missile. All right, so what haven't I explored? I haven't explored over here. And I have explored everything else. So that must be the way to get out. So from here, I need to somehow get back up and then go that way. No way that way, so I'm gonna have to... Nope, that's a dead end. There we go. How do I get in there? Is there a lever like that last one? Oh, how do I open that door? I may have to give up. This is where the level started, Ox. Yeah, I know, but there, I think there's a secret door over here. Because look, there's a locked door, but there's something beyond. So the last time we found a room like that, there was a lever on the other side of the banister that we had to pull. But I'm not seeing it. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. Well, I came back for the shotgun, and now I don't know how to get back to my objective. Ah. I'm just trying to end the level. And I'm back here. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
The 12th Council of Nine is always watching you.
There we go. I missed 2 secrets. All right, and with that, we're going to save and exit. Thanks for joining me for Scotch and Smoke Rings 556 and Doom Part 2. I'm really enjoying myself with this game. Thanks for your patience as I try and navigate these really sprawling labyrinth-like maps. Tomorrow is Friday, so I'm going to have a new live stream for you. We're going to be picking up with Prey, where we left off last time. So if you've been enjoying my Prey live stream, be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock Pacific time for the next episode of Prey. Then, on Saturday, I've got a Fallout 2 video for you, and Sunday, if I get it done, I'm going to have a Fallout 76 lore video for you on Hornwright. So, lots of fun, great stuff coming up for the rest of this week. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday evening. I'm going to go hit the sack to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for tomorrow morning. I hope you all get plenty of sleep and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks again for coming. Be kind to absolutely everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.